Charlie Kirk's most viewed video ever.
Do you feel proud of yourself for debating college kids who are unprepared to speak in front of an audience like yourself?
Bunch of dum-dums.
Hold on. You're 30 years old. We can agree you're 30 years old, right?
Dang old man.
Do you think that's a little bit silly?
Are you a voter?
I am a voter.
Oh, so I vote.
So
you
how's it
vote. So I'm
silly?
talking to voters of this country that will determine the future of Western civilization. That's what I'm doing here today. Yeah?
Yep.
Wait, hold on. How is it any different than a professor talking to you?
Then a professor talking to you? Who are you?
Well, important enough for you to
So
come
dumb,
up to
man.
a microphone.
Actually, when I first saw this ad, I thought it was like
I mean, at least she brings up a good point with being in college and I guess, being dumb and all that. Like, just kept proving it, right? So.
like an improv comedy thing. It looked so ridiculous that I didn't even think it was real.
Well, no, you could see. Look how popular Trump is on your campus. How does that make you feel? That's not comedy. That is a 5-alarm fire for Kamala Harris because she's probably going to lose Pennsylvania.
Look.
Probably.
But no, I just want to be clear. Is there something wrong with talking to voters?
No, there's nothing wrong with talking.
Well, that's
to
what we're
voters.
doing here today.
Look at this girl,
It's
man.
an
She got her
open-
Starbucks in her
I think
hand.
that you push a dangerous agenda.
Such as?
Your stance on abortion rights, for example.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Let me ask
I'm
a
curious what
question.
she's going to say. I know what he's
What
going to
is-
say. I'm
what is
curious
it?
what she's going to say.
Gene.
Gene, and what is your
Vivek?
understanding of the current Republican Party's stance on federal intervention in abortion?
Well, I know that they want to bring it back to the states, right?
So it sounds like you do know that the Republican Party's current stance on abortion is they're against a federal ban on abortion.
I do
And we're
understand
talking
that,
about a
yes.
presidential election as the
Yes.
important election that we're talking about here.
I understand that.
I don't really
yes.
see him much
Right, so,
anymore.
again, I
I don't know what
think this
happened
open
to him.
dialogue is great. I think it's great.
I've heard
to
a
hear
bunch of
Charlie,
things,
Charlie,
but
and I
I'm
think
not
it's
really
great
sure
that
where
he's
he
willing to travel
went.
campuses across this country to talk to the next generation. We need more conversation. Now, where's the disagreement, though, on content? Because you could criticize style or why you're talking to people
Listen,
or dunk on someone personally, but where do you actually disagree with
I
the
agree
substance?
with the way that you edit content and specifically frame it so that
Edit
people
content.
look bad. Talking
Yeah,
to you.
okay.
You-
Talk about edit
The way
content,
that
and
you
you got
edit your
CNN and
content.
BBC and 60 Minutes, like all that shit's so edited so
let me just ask
bad,
you
man.
one
What
thing,
the hell are you
because
talking about?
Personal insults can fly in all directions. Where is an area where you have a disagreement with the conservative movement, with Donald Trump, with Charlie Kirk, perhaps with myself? I was a presidential candidate last year. I think we need to talk about that more in the open.
Everybody
And the
edits
more we do, the
content in
stronger
their
our country's
favor,
gonna
right?
be.
But
There are a long line of
some
people,
a
but I wanna
lot
hear from
worse
you
than
one
others.
substantive area where you have an authentic disagreement, and I'd be glad to address it. I'm sure Charlie would too.
Just in any
Anything.
political.
Relating to any political topic where you have a disagreement. Let's air it.
I liked this guy. He's a good speaker.
I disagree with some of the laws that are being pushed in Congress that are against the LGBTQ community and
Yes,
the trans
yes.
community.
Okay, so let's talk about that. I'm going to give you my view, and then I want to hear yours.
Okay.
My view is that if you're a fully grown adult, 18 or above, you're free to live
Yep.
how you want, dress how you want,
Sounds good to me.
marry who you want if you want, if you're
Okay.
over the age of 18.
I agree.
Yep.
But you are not free to indoctrinate children in schools who are
Nope.
not yet of the age of consent. You are not free,
Oh,
just as
what is she about to say? How can you fucking argue that? Like,
you're a 17-year-old or a 15-year-old can't get a tattoo on their own. I don't think that you
look
should
at that
get
smile.
Or-
She's gonna say some
until
stupid
the
shit.
age of 18. And so the
What is she gonna
lines that
disagree
I
with?
draw here is that men are free to
Nothing.
claim to be women and
She
swim
thought
in
about it for a
swimming
second.
pools,
She's like, oh, I'm
not
supposed to
claim
disagree, but oh,
trophies
well,
at
I
women's
guess it doesn't
sports
really fucking make any sense,
You're not
does
free
it?
to enter a women's locker room. You're not free to change a language, and you're not free to actually indoctrinate.
So
our
what? She's gonna
children
just say
who are
some
under the
insult
age
and
of
just
5
fucking
in
walk away or
schools.
some shit? I don't know what.
Do we agree
Let's
on
see.
the fact that adults should be able to live freely while still treating children differently? If so, we're on the same side of this issue.
No.
Listen, I
We can
agree
listen.
with the majority of what you said. However,
Okay.
I don't think that you're understanding the
What?
implications of
The
the
implications?
laws that are trying to be passed.
The implication.
Look, We got to head start on the
of the
conversation.
laws
We
that are
got a
trying to
long
be
line
passed.
behind
I don't think
but
you
my
understand
only
the
ask is,
implication of the laws that are trying to be
forget the
passed.
personal attacks or the stylistic attacks.
I think that's why you
Focus on
said that.
substance. The more we debate that, the stronger we're going to be as a country. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I don't think you're focusing on substance, though. That's the issue.
Hold on.
You're not focusing on substance.
He intentionally tried to provoke substance out of you, and you said, well, I'm worried about some laws Congress should
Miss
pass.
Charlie
I asked,
Nash.
what laws are you talking about? Can you be specific?
No.
I'm sorry, I'm very nervous, but this is what you do. This is what you do. You take people and you put them under the spotlight, and you.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
hold on. I didn't
You're
ask
making a
for you
claim,
to
and
come
he's
up
like,
here.
okay,
You
well, what is it?
voluntarily
And
came
she's
to the
like,
front of the
oh,
line.
no.
You didn't have to do that.
You're purposely antagonizing people
I don't
on
know.
campus, asking
How?
people to come
You're
up by
being a
spreading
bully.
your weird agenda.
How?
You being a bully
What
having me
agenda is
speak.
that? I'm confused, though.
So, Charlie, I'll say this.
So stupid, man.
We'll end on this and we'll go to the next one.
Ah,
When I was 18, and I'm not going to blame you for this, I also took for granted a lot of the stuff
Yeah.
that the media force-fed me, because that's what you know at the age of 18.
I mean,
You say there are some vague
no.
laws making their way through
No.
Congress that are hostile to
You
I was gonna say,
transparency.
yeah.
know
I
how-
don't think those
do you
laws.
I was gonna say, yeah, when I was 18 and I started thinking about it, and I was like, no, I didn't just fucking trust people's word for things, man. I was always just like, are you sure? And then I'd fucking look into shit and be like, oh, okay, no, you're fucking retarded. That's what it is. All right, I've been like that my whole fucking life, man. I never take anybody's word for nothing. Like, I don't get force fed nothing. You know, when I hear something kind of fishy, I'm like, I don't know if that's true, dude. I don't know if that's true. But then you got people like this, like, yeah. And then you're like, why? And they're like, well, I don't know. Don't be mean. Don't interrogate me. Like, shut the fuck up.
How
Actually
about
exist, but I don't blame you if
Listen to
that's
me.
what the cable
Crazy.
media is feeding you. But let's get to the specifics, and then
Yeah,
we're
I don't
able to
doubt
actually
it's
have
media
an
is
open
feeding you.
dialogue. And that's one of the things I've learned over the last 20 years.
I think that the
that's
issue
part
is
of-
we're getting our
part of
media
learning
from
our
different
country.
sources. Both
Yeah,
people are getting media from these skewed
that
sources.
is true. I agree with her on
The facts
that.
that you're presenting are not always correct.
And that's why we're here with no TV screens between
Yeah,
us.
that's
So
why you gotta
people
use
have
your brain. You gotta
policy-based
figure out what's
substantive
real and what's not.
disagreements. We
'Cause
invite those. I think
people
that's
are
how we're
very
gonna get our
biased,
country
so
back.
you gotta
And as it relates to
decipher
trans, which you brought up,
all these
18
fucking
or above, you're free to live
ancient
how you
texts,
want.
right?
You're
You
not
gotta
free to force
decipher and
that
figure
onto
out what the
somebody
fuck's
else,
real and
especially
not.
kids. And if we agree on
Thank
that,
you
we
very
make some
much.
progress.
Thank you.
But some things you can just kind of, guess. Even if you're reading a
Disagreements,
biased
yeah.
answer, you can still pick pieces out of it that are real. Anyway, yeah, a little redemption at the end, but overall, definitely young, unexperienced, manipulated, and retarded.